Hi and welcome, I am Greg and this is the very first devlog of the game I am currently working on. I've been using Unity for quite some time already. I started a lot of different projects, I finished a few small games, but I actually never finished anything big enough to release it. So I decided that it's time to change it, and I hope you guys gonna follow along my journey. In this video I want to show you what's the current state of the game, what I've done so far, and talk about the plans for upcoming weeks. The game itself doesn't have a name yet, but I can tell you it's gonna be a puzzle platformer. So the main idea is that there's gonna be a lot of different elements on the map that player will be able to interact with. This way some of the paths will be blocked or enabled in a certain conditions, and the main goal is of course reaching the final point of the map. As you can see, the art style is very simple. I've done like 3 or 4 different iterations for the assets, but finally I decided that this looks good and I want to keep the models very simple with toon shading. At first I was using a library called Flatkit from the asset store, but then I decided that I want to have more control over the shader, and I basically made my own shader based on some tutorials. If you are interested how to make your own toon shader, then I highly recommend this tutorial made by Ned Makes Games. It's very useful and it gives you an idea how basically everything works. So I will post link in the description. The only thing that is still using Flatkit is water, but I also plan to replace that in the future to have more control over that element. The basic elements that are already implemented and player can interact with them are those red and blue stones. The blue one let us change the state of certain element. It can move it or change the rotation. It can manage multiple elements at the same time or just one. The red one works like a single time switch. It can be used, for example, to open doors or enable something. And we also have teleports, which obviously moves player from one place to another. I have a few more ideas for the interactable elements, but I don't want to overcomplicate everything, so I have to think what will be actually a good fit for this type of game. But for now I want to focus on something different, and that is level design. Currently I'm using the default Unity scene view to build levels, and I have to put every single thing manually. I basically copy-paste prefabs that I already created, but still it takes a lot of effort to put everything together in the right place. Especially that every ground chunk is basically made out of a few different tiles, and editing anything once I place it is very difficult and not convenient at all. So I plan to create a tool that will let me generate those ground chunks based on some kind of a shape, and then also place elements in a proper manner on the ground without really having to put everything manually. It would also be nice to have some kind of randomization for rotation and scale, so once I place the same asset in different locations, it doesn't look the same in every single place. Once I'm done with this tool, I want to focus more on assets, especially creating a model for character, because as you can see I'm still using Jamo character, which I downloaded from Unity Asset Store. It is cool for now because it comes with all the animations and other stuff, but I want to have my own character as soon as possible. And that would be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope to see you soon.